We are now live. Hey, everybody. Welcome back after a 2-week hiatus, unfortunately, but we are back today doing our woo-woo-ness.
Yep. And funny thing is, Chandra and I dressed in burgundy tops today and blue pants.
Blue pants. So we're twinning. Well, it's getting to be Gemini season, which is our birthday season.
That's true.
It's time for us for our cycles to sync. I'm just kidding. But look what my friend Lynn got me for my birthday.
It's so pretty. I love it.
And it's got the moon on it because that's my name.
That's right. It is so pretty.
And it's so pretty, and it's quartz.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see if it
Let's go channel in some
good
Lynn
stuff.
Look, Lynn, look what she's wearing.
I love it.
Hi.
I thought you might watch, so I thought I'd put it on, even though it's not quite my birthday yet. But
yeah, let's see if you channel in some good energies with that thing.
You can't give me jewelry and not expect me to wear it. I mean,
Right.
Please.
Head jewelry.
Head jewelry.
She says it's beautiful.
Thank you.
See,
I love it.
I'm trying to read from across here because my eyesight ain't the best, but I can read that.
You'll do like I do when we watch TV. It's like little print. Jason gets he just laughs at me because I'll look at it and I'll go, and then I'll read it and then I'm fine, and he just laughs.
Whereas Lee's always trying to read stuff without her glasses on, squinting like this.
But
I'm like, girl, your glasses are right there.
But as long as I can see it without them, I'm going to keep trying. By God. All right, well, let's go ahead and let's get to some questions.
Hi, Universal Soul Traveler. It's good to see you. Miss your face.
We miss you, girl.
Yep.
And all your universal traveling, you need to stop by and see a witch.
That's right, exactly. Or a couple of witches.
All right, we ready?
We're
Yeah,
ready.
I guess so.
Okay, we have Roxanne. My marriage is feeling stale, and I would like some advice from the spirit on what I should do.
All right. Want to make sure my microphone is working here.
Let me just look at the words. I feel like I need to look at the words. It looks like it is.
No,
Okay.
stay
I think, where is that? Is that the deck? Yeah. Yeah, I'm losing it.
What is that Mercury Lemonade coming to an end?
I was like, where's this deck of cards? It's right by my hand.
It's on its last hurrah, so it's like, going out with a bang.
It has been. I was supposed to, or I sent a message to a friend saying I'm going to come over tomorrow, and I meant Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a message last night. Are you coming over? I'm like, oh God. No, I'm not. My bad. All right. Still marriage. What does Spirit say I should do about it? Ooh. Getting funny feelings up my back. Maybe that's a message for me. There's another one here. Where is it? It's this one. Ah, very, very, very interesting. So, Roxanne.
I knew that was coming. I knew it with every fiber of my being. I knew it was coming.
Oh, okay. The first card I pulled was, good morning, OceanHappy. Respond with grace. So, I know it's easy to get stagnant in relationships. I think that happens with everybody after you've been together for a while. So how can you, and grace has been like, my card reading of the week was about grace. So how can you respond to the situation in a graceful way that's going to be for the highest and best? And then this is a question you could ask yourself. What do I seek? So in feeling the stagnation, are you seeking something outside of yourself to fill up something inside of yourself that isn't whole? Because even if it's a stagnant relationship and we get that feeling about stagnation and like boredom and all of those typical feelings, is this just something merely inside of yourself that you need to learn how to fill? Dang, that went deep. That went deep fast. To look inside for the answer, because it might not be that it's just that it's stagnant. It might be something inside of yourself that is there that needs to be healed. So,
Yeah, because I was feeling like
it has been a long time.
that maybe it was like this is my fault. I need to fix it. Like that I'm to blame for the fact that it's
That feels
that
this way.
that we're both bored. But that's that's not the case. It just
Just,
people get in ruts.
yep, absolutely.
So I've been getting a lot of animal messages lately because when I first started trying
that
to
was
tap into
your
my
way.
intuition, that's how it came through, and it's starting to come back with animal message, which I'm so thankful for. But the two that popped out were the hummingbird, be here now. So it's talking about being present in the moment, and even if it is stale, even if it is boring or whatever, just be there, be present in that moment, and like well, I'm sitting here, I'm bored, what can I do? If topics of conversation or whatever, because the second one that fell out was the abundant universe will provide, the buffalo spirit. And also when I asked the manifestation deck what could Roxanne do to kind of manifest the type of relationship that she would want to have with her spouse, and I got first quarter moon in Sagittarius, believe in your good luck. So we're talking about abundance and that you're lucky, believe in it. So that kind of makes me feel like
The things
not
really
that-
aren't
not-
as bad as you think they
right,
are.
and not that you need to do something, but that it is salvageable.
Right.
It's at the cusp of turning around.
Yeah, I feel like focus on the good things.
Right.
The good things about it.
And just exactly what you were saying at the end, the Soul's Journey cards popped out, friendship and self-esteem. So the self-esteem is what made me feel like I'm blaming myself for the position that we're in. But he played just as equal a role in getting to this point as anybody else in the relationship, right? So it's going to be working together. And that's what I think the friendship card is saying is like, you don't have to go from where you are to lovers in the night in 15 minutes, right?
Right.
Start out with go back to what you were when you met, which you were friends before you were anything else. You had to meet somebody and kind of go, oh, that's a cool person, I'd like to hang out with them more, right? And go back to this basis. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason, right?
I love that.
Yeah. So just that person, I still feel like it's your person, but you may have to go back to basics, believe that it's not just you, and let that get healed, and let him be an active part in whatever the two of you do to kind of reignite that spark, or to just at least spend more time together, or I keep seeing the two of you talking, so I feel like there needs to be a conversation. You just need to sit down and have a heart to heart.
Love that. Love it.
Okay. On Facebook, Renata's joined us. Do you want to see her?
Renata.
She says you both look color coordinated and
Me
fabulous.
too. I've been
It's
seeing
good to see you.
a lot of your
Renata.
pictures on Facebook, and that she's been traveling. They're beautiful.
Oh, I haven't seen those.
Okay.
And then Sandy's joined us.
Oh, hey,
She
Sandy.
has a question. And Shaun has joined us.
Yay,
hey,
And
Shaun.
also has a question. So in order, I put everybody down. So next we'll have Lisa, Ruthanne, Mira, Sandy, and then Shaun.
Okay.
So hang in there, folks.
Yeah, and Shaun, we are going to get back to you.
Yeah, we haven't forgotten.
We've been busy and traveling, and so we have a business meeting on the 21st, and we'll talk about it. So
Okay.
we'll be talking about that then.
So what was Lisa's
So
question?
Lisa said, guides say about romance and relationship. What do the guides say about romance and relationship? Lisa.
I feel like I want to pump the brakes. That's my physical reaction to that question. Oh, that might be too many.
Chandra can't even shuffle today for some reason.
I think that's, I don't don't think that's for you. I think they just want just one spirit, just one. This was what wants to come out.
Okay. So, the first one that popped out was the Yang, the masculine card, but in reverse. And that kind of made me feel like it was your divine masculine, like your kind of take control energy, your masculine part. And it says, be mindful of the tendency toward impulsive actions, overconfidence, or aggressive behavior. Think before you act, lest you find yourself in a situation that could lead to uncomfortable consequences. And then I also pulled time to go, but it was in reverse. And I'm not as familiar with the reverse messages on these. So it was time to go. And this is, even if it appears that you've reached the end of the line and all is not lost, it isn't. You're in a situation that will resurface again later, so consider this a break rather than an ending. So kind of backing up the feeling that that Brenda had, that it's this present moment is kind of just not the right time. Whether it's whether you have something going on, it's just not the right time for that to kind of go forward, or if it's just not the right time, like now's not the time to be looking for something. It's just not in this present moment.
Yeah. So for you, Lisa, I pulled the empty well. It's time to replenish. So I feel like this is your time to heal and work on yourself and just like reestablish you, Lisa, as a woman who is in control of her life and all of her things, and it's like it's time for you to go into that inward space. Because I also pulled Archangel Raphael, which is the angel of healing, right? So that also made me feel there's more healing to be done before you can accept a partner in a healthy relationship. And then I pulled the medicine woman, which also to me is like, it says you're a channel for divine healing power, but I think you are a channel if you just like call in that healing power. So this, to me, these two cards go hand in hand, both about healing. And then the sacral chakra, which is where all the yummy stuff happens, you know, all the creativity, all the fertility, and all of that. You know what I'm talking about. You are worthy. Reassess what you want. So I think you need to really work on healing that part of yourself, the relationship part, and spend time on yourself right now. That's what Spirit's saying.
And I asked the manifestation deck, you know, what would Lisa need to do in this moment to manifest the relationship that she would like to have. And so I got the first quarter moon in Cancer, which is push through any insecurity. But I think that is, and it's got the third eye chakra symbol on it. So to me, that's instead of like pushing through and ignoring it, it's more like seeing past it, like intuitively understanding that this insecurity is a lie. It's a story that I've told myself. Yeah.
It goes with this card too. This is you are worthy.
You're worthy.
So valuing yourself. Yeah.
And this just popped in my mind. So treat yourself as special as the person you want to meet. And that will
attract
that energy will attract them in.
Yeah.
So be as kind to yourself, be as loving to yourself, be as good to yourself as the person you want to attract is going to be to you.
Yeah. We have another question over here too, Ro, if you can put it on the list whenever you get done there.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, it's from SacredMeow. Any messages on how to reconnect with spirit? And then, are there blockages that need to be removed?
Okay. We will get to that one on the list.
Okay, and on Facebook we're joined by Karin, Karin, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 ahead of you, and then after Karin, we have SacredMeow. So that's in the queue. So
Everybody know that we got you.
we got you.
We got you.
We got you.
Get your question.
So next is Ruthanne.
You can ask. Hang
Go
on.
ahead. Go ahead.
You can ask
Renata.
Renata. I didn't see it if it was up there earlier.
Okay.
On
Renata,
the
let's see on
Instagram.
Facebook. Okay.
Yeah. I think she was just before Sacred Meal. I
was she?
saw a question mark, but I wasn't
Okay.
sure if it was.
Let me just scroll back up.
Okay.
Brenda's got to
I know,
scroll.
I can scroll. That's OceanHappy. Okay. She had a question too.
Renata. Okay.
No.
No, this is
Oh,
OceanHappy.
OceanHappy. Okay.
I've been crazy busy with PT and part-time and full-time jobs. I haven't had time for the woo. At this point, I don't even feel connected. Is there a lesson in this chaos? Is there a lesson in the chaos? She moved to Instagram. Okay.
Okay.
Renata, if you have a question, please ask. I didn't see one up there.
Oh, okay.
But please do. And you might want to do it on Facebook if you're over there. Oh, wait a minute. It's here. Oh, this is so entertaining. I've been traveling and took my daughter to Europe. Nice. Now I'm home and have a difficult life choice to make. Any help will be appreciated. So,
Got it.
spirit messages on difficult choice to make.
Okay. So next,
All right.
I think
so
we had
next
Ruthanne.
Question, yes.
Ruthanne.
Ruthanne. What is the real reason?
Jay.
Jay says not to drive his pickup except for health emergency. What is the real reason Jay says not to drive his pickup except for health emergency?
Yeah, so he's leaving it at her house, and her vehicle is on the frets, but he doesn't want her to drive it, I guess, to go to the grocery store or do what she needs to do. Only if, like, she's dying, I guess.
Well, then you should be calling the ambulance and not getting in a truck
Right.
on your own.
I have to be honest with you, Ruthanne, I just find that to be just a little bit weird. Like, it makes you wonder how in a person is with you. Like, are they really invested?
Always happens.
All right, let's see. That's my human self saying that, though, because I know that I would be like, for me, if I'm with somebody, I want to try to help them. Anybody that I care about in my realm of friends or family, if they have a need, I would be there and want them to ask me or be able to just do.
So I pulled 3 because my shuffling is for crap today, and I wasn't feeling really. I wasn't feeling like these cards were the card, but they were the ones that were popping out. But as I look at them, they all are very positive messages. Transformation is beautiful. Make your dreams real. Be here now. But if I look at the numbers, butterfly is 11, obviously angel number. Hummingbird is 34, which 33 and 4 is 7, which is number of perfection. And the spider is 56, which 5 and 6 is 11, is another 11. So you kind of got 1, 1, 7, 1, 1. So it's kind of like what that made me feel like is it's about him, not you.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know what I'm feeling from these cards today about this question.
So I was asking the Soul's Journey deck, like, what is causing Jay to feel like he needs to limit that, and so it would be something within him. And the card that popped out was failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. I don't quite get a feeling of how that how that would manifest into what he told you. But that's maybe it means more. It'll mean more to you than it does to me right this second.
Yeah, I don't. The cards are not aligning with whatever that with this question. I don't think. I did pull the reconsider card, so I think reconsidering what you want the relationship to look like. And the other, excuse me, the other thing that I was getting was like you asking for what you need, not just accepting that, you know, I mean, did you ask him, can I use the vehicle if I need to go to the grocery store since it's safer to drive than mine right now until mine is fixed? I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, he is, I don't want, using is not the right word, but that's the word that I want to use. He's using you to park his vehicle there because he needs a place to put it. So, I shouldn't have said that. That sounded bad. I'm sorry, y'all.
She's getting a little risque.
Go there. So where is the give and take in the relationship? Is it give and take, or is it take, and give on your part? And are you having balance in that? And then I pulled the pause card. So reflect on this situation. How does it make you feel for this person to say this to you? And are you able to talk to them about it and be like, hey, you know, this makes me feel blah, blah, blah. And could you tell me why you're not allowing me to drive your vehicle? You know, has somebody driven it before and broken it? And, you know, is it coming from some other thing? And then I also pulled the divine timing card. Let go of your timeline. Spirit has a plan. So I think this is, I really don't know what this has anything to do with, except maybe there's a bigger lesson in store for you here than just the truck.
Right.
Because I feel like it does have something to do with you standing up for yourself and asking for your needs to be met.
That this incident's just going to be another piece in the puzzle to you kind of figuring out.
Stepping into your power, not being afraid to ask for what you need.
And your next step.
Yep.
Yeah, because, you know, one thing I read a long time ago, and it really stuck with me, is, you know, just because we live with someone, we expect them to know what we need. We expect them to, well, you see what I'm doing. You see me every day. You should know what I need, right? And then we get defensive or hurt or whatever when they don't give it. But they're as preoccupied as you are with what you need, they're as preoccupied with
something else,
what they need, right? And that's what their attention is going to. So even though they live with you, they may not because they don't want to, but just because they're human, may not see and understand that need. And what the book said is, you are never going to get what you don't ask for.
That's exactly right.
The answer could still be no, but at least then you know that it's because they're a beehole and not for some other reason that is that has nothing to do with the relationship at all, and that they do really care about you. So that kind of just stuck with me, is that it never hurts to ask, because the worst thing that's going to happen is they're going to say no, and then at least you know where everybody stands in the relationship.
Yeah. So Renata says we keep cutting, or she keeps cutting out, losing the connection. If you want to ask a question, Renata, make sure that you do.
Okay, next we have Mira. Did you pull some cards for me? I'm in limbo about everything and would love some advice.
All right.
Well, the first thing I want to say is, most of you guys know that I work for a person who teaches intuition, and she does a lot of live programs on Facebook and Zoom meetings with her students and everything. And we've heard two people say it today, and now Mira. And there was a bunch of people in our last group session that was saying the same thing. I mean, we all have to remember, Mercury has been in retrograde. We just had a very, very powerful full moon and a lunar eclipse at the same time. The energy the past week and a half has been wackadoodle. So if you feel out of sorts,
Yeah.
just yeah, because kind of like all the energy has kind of been out of sorts. So there are a lot of people who are feeling chaotic, or feeling like they are being pulled in different directions and don't really know what the right next step is, or I've heard the word chaotic several times. So, just kind of give yourself grace, because it has been a very high energy period that we've been in. A lot of movement.
So I'm gonna start this out.
Go ahead.
Okay. So these are the cards I pulled for you, Mira. I pulled the Courage, but in reverse. So that makes me feel like maybe there is a path that you want to take, but I don't know if you want it to be like crystal clear, or like know what the outcome's going to be before you try it. That is not your typical energy, so I wouldn't think it would be you thinking that way. But, it could be something that you really want to go for and that you're afraid to do. So this is saying to have the courage to do it. And then I pulled the Great Achievement. So once you have the courage to step onto that path, I feel like there's going to be a celebration of sorts, because I also pulled Take Action. Mm-hmm. So you just need to do something, and the things will get moving in the right direction. And then I pulled the Higher Self. So it says your life purpose is calling. So if you reflect on that, what do you feel like your life purpose is? I mean, mine's traveling the world, but and you got to go the distance there. Yeah. So really think about something that would be important to you, that makes you feel alive and happy, and that you want to do with your life, and just go for it.
Right. The Take Action card that you pulled, the feeling that I got when you were talking about that felt the same as this card, and it's clean it up. So I feel like there's something that good and well that is kind of in your life right now that is probably not the best energy for your highest and best, and that it would probably be better to release, but for whatever reason it's either not the time, or you're not ready, or whatever. But I also, like Brenda said, pulled Go the Distance, which that and the Take Action card also made me feel like, but then with the Higher Self also, it's kind of like exactly what you said. Just take the action and let it, like, get the momentum going, mm-hmm. right? But also take the next right action. Like,
don't just do action for action's sake.
Right. Go inward, Higher Self. Ask your spirit guides, like, okay, what is the right next thing to do? And then look around for the signs or how you feel about certain things. But I think that's clean it up. It's like, don't just act for action's sake. Go inward, figure out what the right next step is, mm-hmm. and you don't have to even know what direction. You just have to know the right next step. Take that step, then it'll open a door to the next thing and the next thing, mm-hmm. and the next thing.
But it's based on you, right? Not how what you do is going to affect somebody else.
Yes, because I also ask, like, what's the energy around the way Mira's feeling, and like what's going on in her life right now. And I pull Envy. I'm the same as everybody, but with different challenges.
Yeah, girl.
So if you're looking around at other people going, well, I want that, or I want to be like that person, and that person looks like they're doing the same thing I'm doing, and they look happy. Why am I feeling so chaotic? Like, no, because their journey is not your journey. Mm-hmm. You need to be looking not at what the people around you are looking like, but inward, to be like, what is my next step? What mm-hmm. should I do next for my highest and best?
Yeah, and I think that a lot of people, we've been like in this waiting period before mm-hmm. we can like step forward. So I feel like you're in that period as well. And so I pulled this card for you, the Rest and Renewal. So that's what this period of time is for you, where you feel like you don't really know what to do next. This is a time for you just to renew and rest and take care of yourself. Received. The Envy card, spot on, she says. Mm. So you just rest up and you figure out what it is that you want, and then take action whenever you know what the right action is.
And you love you, and you worry about you.
Yeah, exactly.
And we love you too.
And we love you too.
Yeah, we do. We love you.
All right, what's next?
Hey, Sandy, we were also joined here by Delancia, so we will get to her as soon as we can. Or 5 ahead. So let's move on. Sandy says, hello, do you see any changes on the horizon at my temp job? Ideally, I want a better paying job and leave it, but till I am there, I hope things get better. Thanks. So any changes on the horizon for a better job?
I feel big energy on this one. It's like I feel real heavy in my chest. And it's like as cards come up, it's like I don't want to pull them.
I know.
It's like I don't want to know. I want to know, but I don't want to know.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel too. It's popping out there again, ain't it?
Yep.
I feel like I'm about to get the book. Oh,
Write down failure just at the top.
oh, sorry.
Lean on me, girl. When you're not strong, I'll be your friend.
I'll help you carry on.
Yeah.
Okay. Those have been coming out a lot today,
So
too.
I'll go ahead and
Yeah, you go
get
ahead.
started. The first one that popped out was Dragonfly. Truth transcends illusion, and I kind of feel like because the second one that popped out was Armadillo. Set healthy boundaries. So I feel like the part-time job that you're looking at it through a lens of your experience. Like I feel like you're and I'm not saying that it's not as bad as you think it is. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that it's not exactly the way you are perceiving it, if that makes sense. And I also pulled the card failure. I understand that a mistake is an opportunity to learn. And that made me feel like that the only reason that you're staying there is just because you are afraid of failure. You don't want to just step out and not be supported or not find the next thing really, really quickly. So I guess my advice would be to, at the part-time job, kind of step back and kind of try to look at it with a little bit more like neutral observer eyes, just to kind of like get a higher perspective on what's really going on there, and then you can make a decision of whether is this actually a toxic environment? Do I, for my highest and best sake, do I need to just go ahead and go and trust that Spirit's going to have my back and that they're going to, because obviously Spirit doesn't want you to fail, and
Right.
failure is, all these entrepreneur gurus and stuff, they talk about, failure's just the next. You're even if you fail, it's not that you're not moving up, because this failure is the step to try this, and then this failure is the step to try this, and then this failure is the step to get you to where you wanted to go. So you kind of like have to look at it as like, well, I have to fail to finally succeed, because if you don't fail at something, then you're not trying anything, and obviously you're never gonna get to whatever your goal is. So I feel like if you have that fear of failure, you probably should take that out of the equation of whatever decision you're making.
So I pulled the Dragon card.
Ooh.
So this is about taking back your power. Take back your power and express your strength with grace. Again, the word grace. It's also the number 11, which was the transformation card in the other deck. Also, I pulled the butterfly spirit, which is transformation as well. The past is behind you. Everything is changing. It's time to launch a new cycle, a new project. With care, miracles can happen. So I feel like change is on the horizon, but it's just not here yet. And I think, too, you know, I mean, all of these situations come along to be where we're supposed to be in that moment. So, you know, you're where you're supposed to be right now. And then I pulled Your Path Alone. Let's see what it says. Step back, work in solitude and silence, devote yourself and your time to something special, practice and refine your skills. Your path and your process are not meant to be shared at this time. So to me, that means, I feel like that says to, you know, just kind of keep yourself in the job and draw your energy inward, do the job, do the thing, and go home.
Set healthy boundaries.
Yeah, set healthy boundaries and just like do what needs to be done, because I also pulled the closed door card, so it's time to move on. Yeah. And then I pulled improving health and reconsider, and I keep pulling these cards today, so I was pulling them before we started on this as well. So I don't really understand what that is. I feel like it's a separate issue from the job, that maybe there's some other issue that's going on that's affecting your health. And it could be the job that's affecting your health.
Those two cards together made me feel like the question about chaos and like the energy, just like there being so much stuff moving right now that we all kind of feel like, you know, so that just made me feel like it was about energy.
Okay.
I'll just leave it there. I pulled, I asked the deck, what will be the lesson once she's out of this situation and this job is past? And the card I pulled was grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate. So one of the examples that popped into my head is like, if there's one thing that you love this big about that job and everything else is for crap,
Right.
and makes you feel like, you know, if it affects your worth and affects your self-esteem and you know, all this stuff, then that one thing that you dearly love is not worth it. But knowing when you leave, you're going to grieve the loss of that, and that's going to be okay. It's okay to grieve that and miss it, but it's not enough to stay. Yeah. Just kind of like once you leave, know that's going to happen. Embrace that grief, because that grief is only going to that grief is going to be something that leads you to the next level, because you know you appreciate and show gratitude for that. Then the universe is going to send you more of the energy of the thing that you love so much.
Yeah.
Okay, so next we have Shaun, we have Karin, SacredMeow, OceanHappy, Renata, and Delancia.
Oh, we better get on with it. It's
Yes.
11:38 already.
So Shaun says, hello, good morning, you look wonderful.
Thank you.
Looking for a reading on rapid changes in the last 2 weeks. So much has changed and I'm so happy.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
I don't know how to put it into words, but what just kind of popped into my head was something along the lines of a long time coming. Like you've
been laying the groundwork.
You've been laying the groundwork. You've done the work. You've done the hard stuff. You've done the inner work, the shadow work, the shitty stuff. So it's kind of like, well, yeah, it's shifts and changes are happening because you've kind of manifested it and done the things that you needed to do and took the right actions to get there. That was kind of like, it was much more eloquent in my head, but it was a feeling. It wasn't like, it was hard to put into words. But the gist of it is like, well, yeah, you've done the work. It should have happened.
So I pulled this, and I pulled it earlier, and I didn't think it was for the person I pulled for before. And this is the mindful card, groupthink. So it's about being mindful of who you surround yourself with and what the group think of that environment is. And it says to imagine your universe unfettered by scarcity and alive with abundant hope and goodness. Be mindful of what your mind is full of. and keep the faith. Good brings more good. Love, more love. Gratitude, more things to be grateful for. So I think if you can, I feel like the advice of this is stay in the energy you're in right now. Like you said, so much has changed and so many good things are happening and you're so happy. Stay in that mindset as much as you can, and it's just going to create more of that. Because whenever she asked that question, the energy I feel from it is just like excitement and joy, and I love it.
Right. I kind of asked the question in a slightly different way. It was kind of like, now that Shaun is at this point, what can he do to like next level? Like what would Spirit want him to know to move it forward, right? And to stay in this place. And what I got was deep knowing, but in reverse. And what I just read the meaning, and it talks about saving your energy. It talks about again, healthy energetic boundaries and self-care, and this is where I think it comes in, rejuvenating yourself. So it's like you're expending all this excitement because you're finally like where you've been working toward, but kind of don't forget to pull back from that and restore your energy, because if not, it's not going to be burnout because of you hate what you're doing or whatever. It's not going to be that kind of burnout, but it's going to be burnout because you just expend all of your energy because you love what you're doing and you want to move fast and you want to get things done and you're having fun and it's great, but then you're going to empty your cup and you're probably going to be out of commission a lot longer than it would be if you just took a little time every now and then and kind of recharge the battery. And so then I ask, if this action is taken, what will be the result? Success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. So love yourself, and all this will take care of itself.
So one last card for you was heed the vibes, which is basically what we've been saying. Like, pay attention to your thoughts. Also pay attention to what your body needs and make sure that you take time to rest. So heed the vibes.
Heed the vibes.
All right, next.
All right, Toby popped in. So
Hi, Toby.
let's see. Karen.
Okay.
I feel like something is trying to get my attention, but I can't connect for whatever reason. Something, or someone. Just maybe a reading will be helpful.
I feel like it's someone. I feel like it's one of your, it's an ancestor and it's female, on your mom's side of the family. And it feels like she's wanting to get your attention, and it's something to do with like breaking patterns, breaking familial patterns. Ooh, Rosalie just got a big chill there. Yeah, so it's about breaking patterns, and you need to see if you can sit down and connect with her, because she's wanting to give you some advice that you can hand down.
Right.
I'm gonna pull a goddess card for you with all this feminine energy.
Yeah. So the card I pulled was I was kind of asking, like, what does this connection, what does the energy around this connection want you to know? And I pulled the mouse spirit, and it was tend to the small things, but it was in reverse. And what that talks about is like being too far in the details, being too much in the weeds, and stressing out because everything. You want everything to be perfect, but it doesn't come together like that, and you're procrastinating because you want every detail to be just right, and you lose track of time, and then you don't move forward at all. So the mouse spirit will lead you to the nuances you need to notice, and will work diligently to support you if you take a breath. So it's kind of like tend to the things that are going to support you, the details, and like leave the rest because it's not yours to carry. Ask a question, do a little research, and listen for mouse spirits' quiet little squeak telling you, look here and attend to this detail. So it's kind of like put your energy where it makes the most benefit to the highest good of you and the highest good of all, but it's not yours to do it for everybody and everything.
Yeah.
And be drawn to the details that are important for you and move you forward. Because, when you move forward, you take everybody else with you. You can't do it for them. You have to go, and then the ones that match your energy are going to come with you.
100%. And then the cards that I pull, which go along with that, is the leap of faith, take a risk and put your heart's true desire in action, and Diana for focused intention. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. So really honing in on that. And then I asked how you could feel connected and get the messages that you need to get, and it says to go outside. So you've been indoors too long, go outside and get some fresh air. And to be honest with you, that is where I get so many of my messages. So spend some time in nature to reconnect.
That's good.
I say that's a good message for anybody who's like feeling disconnected spiritually.
Okay, Sacred Meow. Any messages on how to reconnect with spirit?
I just said it.
Go outside.
Go outside.
Any blockages? Are there any blockages?
Connect with Mother Gaia. Talk to the trees. Talk to the trees and the bees.
That message has come up a lot in the last week.
So get yourself out in nature, honey. How Collene?
I like to be...
Colleen's on here.
Hey, Colleen.
My girl, you got a question.
I like to be out in nature. I don't like the getting to the out in nature.
Well, you were out in nature with us last weekend.
Yeah, it's like the hiking to get there, like to be out where like the energy is. Not so much. Like once I get there, I love it
You
there.
love it.
Just the getting there, I'm not so fond of.
Your backyard's nature too.
Yeah. Go out and give love to all these little pretty trees you got in the backyard.
But I mean, you guys know it's like when you're still at home, you still have the energy of, well, the laundry's in the laundry basket. And
Oh, girl, I know.
you know, it's kind of like it's hard to even though you're out in nature in your own backyard, it's kind of hard to detach from the heavy stuff enough to like really tune in.
Karin said thank you, love you all.
Love you too. Which this is going to come as no surprise, and it's kind of like, well, yeah. I was asking like, what is the one thing that you could focus on to reconnect? And obviously, it's the thing that drives everything: love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. So, you know, maybe if you've gone through something that's really heavy here lately, and had like a lot of heavy emotions, which we're human and we're all going to do. And I see a little red bird, little female red bird right now. You know, it's okay. We're human. We live on this planet. It's going to happen. Just like feel those feelings and let them flow, and then kind of move back into a place of love. And the easiest way to do that is just like gratitude. Like, even though that was a shitty thing to experience, I'm grateful I'm on the other side of it at least. And, you know, I'm grateful for, you know, this person that supported me or whatever. But just like consciously try to pull a little bit more love back into your conscious thoughts, and it'll help you reconnect. Obviously, because that's what you're talking to is love.
Colleen asked the question if we can get to her
Okay.
card on life purpose. All right, so I said I pulled for you. There's a choice to be made, and also it's time to complete unfinished business. So I feel like this is a completion of a cycle. And so that stuck feeling is that cycle, like completing and wrapping up. So if there's anything left that you need to do to complete that cycle, get her done. And then I pulled the joy card, manifest with joy. So bring more joy and happiness and laughter into your life. We got to move on. We got 10 minutes left.
Okay, OceanHappy.
Okay.
Crazy busy. Can't connect with spirit. Is there a lesson in the chaos?
Just slow your ass down, honey. Spirit's like, how are you going to connect whenever you're always doing and going? You don't have time to. It is hard whenever you've got so much stuff going on and so much chaos in your life to connect with spirit.
Yeah. Well, and because you don't take time for yourself because of all the stuff going on, and when you're not balanced, you're not gonna, you know, you're not gonna be able to raise your vibration enough to connect with them. So the envy card popped out again. So I was, you know, you had asked about blockages, and I was, you know, asking what would that be?
Whoa.
And another card just fell out.
Get it?
Yeah. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. And if you look at both of these are yellow and orange, so kind of like solar plexus, sacral area, and obviously that
root.
And that has to do with like your personal power and your creativity. So again, it's like taking care of the self and making sure that and all the craziness, you have to connect with yourself first and be grounded before you can connect with spirit.
Yeah. I got clear your mind, honey. You're blocking what you need to receive. And also, loved ones in spirit, your ancestors are visiting. It's time to heal old limiting beliefs and patterns. So maybe some of that has to do with like the constant working. Like that may be an old limiting belief and pattern that we have to rise and grind.
Well, and
to
that,
make things happen.
Well, and that may be where the denial card comes in. It's like that, like
That limiting.
You're denying that limiting belief is not is a lie. You know, like well, it's busy, so I have to turn, which is not the total truth.
You need to take care of yourself.
Yeah,
And get some rest and
so
take some time to focus on yourself.
Think about that. Like what is a limiting belief that I'm putting over my life that may not be the full truth, and I may need to reassess.
Okay, Renata.
Renata.
As a difficult choice to make, what do the cards have to say?
Okay, we're talking about two choices? Because if we are, I'm going to do a card for choice A and a card for choice B.
She did not specify.
Well, there we go.
It was two choices.
I don't know. She's saying it was? So I got there's something better for you. So, and then the take action card, and I felt like these are two different energies. So there's something better. Your life purpose is calling. So if you're thinking about doing something safe, I think the answer is like, maybe not stay in the safety zone, because the take action card came up with the chemist, which says craving something new, ? Adjustments are happening. So you can ask for your guides to come in and help you to be in the right space in order to know what the action is that you need to take. So to me, it feels like don't take the safe choice. Go with something that feels a little bit scarier and bigger, and that's where it's going to be.
Right. I mean, essentially, these cards totally agree with that. The Panther Spirit, reclaim your power. So that, you know, that talks about if you're thinking about taking the safe route, you are powerful. You can do hard things, so you don't necessarily have to stay in that comfort zone. And then the giraffe, see the big picture. So when you're thinking about making this decision, you know, think about the longer term, like what may feel good right now in the moment, or feel easy, or feel like, you know, a good safe decision.
The practical one.
The practical one may not be the best one. So kind of like pull back a few levels and look at the bigger picture. And then the Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation. So to me, that feels like you know, when you take the higher perspective and then you look at all the pros and all the cons, and you know, you do your due diligence in making the decision, but claiming your power as you do it and looking at the higher perspective, that Spirit's going to support you in that decision. That you've laid the solid foundation, you've done the work, and you're ready to move on and up.
Yep.
All right. Delancia, general reading, please.
General.
Okay, we got 6 minutes left.
I'm shuffling.
Shuffle. Shuffle, girl, shuffle. Shuffle them cards. Shuffle them cards. Shuffle them
I
cards.
know my fingers haven't been working today. You're gonna make me send them flying everywhere.
Let's see. One. Oh. Pull that craving something new card again. Oh, you got to detox and let go in order to allow the new to come in, is what this is saying so far. Whoa. And you need to clear your mind. There's something that you're craving something new, you're ready to move on with something, but you're blocking what you need to receive, and it's time to do a little detox on your mind, body, spirit.
Right. And I was asking, like, what can you do to manifest kind of like your next level or the next best thing for you? And I got assess the situation and reflect on your priorities. So it's kind of like if you're craving that something new, just kind of like assess the priorities, assess the situation, make sure that you stay connected and that you stay kind of like in that energy of the highest and best for yourself as you move into that newness, I think is what it's saying.
Okay.
All right, and Toby said, hello, beautiful ladies. What the heck is up with all the number 5s everywhere?
Awesome. Isn't 5 about change?
I think so.
What have we got for questions left over there?
Colleen.
She's the last one?
Yes.
We got 2 minutes.
Life's
4 minutes.
purpose.
So when you read it off the phone, she's gonna hate me.
That's okay.
She's got to embrace her intuition. She's got to
She
stop.
knows that.
She's got to stop blocking it. She's got to make peace with it and let it be a happy, positive influence in her life. And to do that, she's going to have to bow up and make boundaries with spirit. She's going to have to get defensive is not the right word, but it's the word that's popping into my head. Like she's going to have to build the fence that she needs to have so that she can be comfortable embracing the gift that she has and using it for whatever good and whatever legacy it is that she needs to leave on this planet.
Yeah. And check out this card, Colleen. It's the passage card. And look where she is. She's standing at the Stonehenge. So I feel like you're at the beginning of this path where you need to go through this passage to get to the other side. And exactly what Chandra was saying was like, you're going to have to set your boundaries with spirit and you're going to have to walk that path. But you're kind of like at the beginning getting ready to go into the circle.
Right. And you're going to have to be, once you bow up and set the boundaries, you're going to have to be strong enough to keep the boundaries and not let spirit, well, just this one time, push past or you'll have to have the wherewithal. No, that's not the right word, but have the strength to be able to maintain those boundaries once they're set. And I was asking like, what can Colleen focus on to make this happen? And I pulled change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So it's time to like step into it.
Yeah, and then I also pulled the environment card, which says your environment needs a change. A trip or move is coming, which we know that's true. But I feel like this is like, I feel like where you're moving to is going to be an easier way for you to connect with spirit. I think the energy is going to be really good right there. And then I pulled the spider card, which is weave what you want. So you create the reality that you want to have. But you're at the beginning of this journey. I can't wait to see where it takes you.
Well, and the way I'm feeling is you don't get blessed with a gift like she has if you're not intended to use it for the greater good.
Yeah.
And that's when we are blessed with that, we've got to figure out how to embrace it and use it and make it for the highest good. And it doesn't necessarily have to be that you become a medium and sit and talk to dead people all day long. I mean, like, I finally realized that spirit channels to me, I get ideas I'm happiest when I'm creative. So why don't I create things that make people happy and put those out into the world? And that's how I'm using my intuition. I'm not, you know, I'm not doing Reiki all day. I'm not calling in, ancestors and archangels every 15 minutes, but I'm still using my intuition and my spiritual gift, not yours, but mine, to kind of leave something behind and make a difference in someone's life.
Yeah, Renata says so many overlapping messages. So, yeah.
Lots of themes today.
Yep, and that's the way it usually works, is like one thing will answer another thing just for somebody else that's listening. So I think Instagram's going to cut us off here any minute.
Well, and Colleen, we love you, and we support you, and you've got the support you need.
You got a whole Kevin, honey.
Yeah.
Here for you.
All the witches be on your side.
All right, y'all.
guys.
We'll be back next week, as far as I know.
Yes, and listen to the next episode, drops next Thursday. So please, please, please listen and give us a rating if you can. Love you. Bye.
Bye.